Hello, my lovely audience. Welcome to another video. Welcome to What If Deku was the reincarnation of Akaza. In case you're wondering why I'm doing so many Demon Slayer what ifs recently, I've been binge watching the show a lot. So I've just kind of been getting inspiration from that. Now then, yes, Akaza. Now, let's just get into this what if. In this what if, Inko would be an angel. Damn near an angel. Just like in canon. Except Hisashi would be an abusive asshole. But Izuku would grow up knowing that his mother loved him so much. Now, when he's about 4, he would ask his mother he would beg to take him to self-defense classes. Hisashi, being an asshole, would agree, thinking that he would watch his son get beat, to a pulp. The only reason he's there is to watch his son get beaten up. So, Izuku would fight his first opponent. And even though he would get beaten, because it's his first day, they just wanted to see what he could do, he actually liked it. Not like that way, but he liked the feeling of a fight. The adrenaline, the fact that he got hit and the other person got hit, the feeling of his fist against flesh. That... Pause. Pause! Good grief. But he liked that fight. And so he would keep on training his body and keep on fighting. First Taekwondo, then a little bit of karate, a little bit of judo. Now, Izuku would get picked on at school because his quirk hasn't shown, but he ignores that. Anyone who comes at him, he would just fight right back, and he would always love it, laughing, and no matter whether he won or he lost, he would come out with a smile across his face that so large that it reaches both tips of Japan. Like a smile up to the ears kind of joy. One day, Bakugo and his goons would tag team him in an alley. This is when Izuku's 6. And he would charge at them with a grin on his face. And he would beat the shit out of them. Until Longfinger's kid would come back with a car iron, would come from behind him with a, tire iron. You know those things you bolt cars with? Yeah, he would come from behind with one of those and bash his skull in. Blood would go everywhere, as his body would drop to the ground lifeless. Longfinger's kid would realize what he did, drop the car iron, and back up. They would begin panicking, and then Deku's body would twitch. His eyes would forcefully open, now with the words, Upper Moon 3 engraved in them. His hair would go pink, his skin would go pale, and these strange marks would appear. As the injury, the hole in the back of his head would close pretty quickly. Deku would get up with a massive grin before laughing and laughing. Well then, Kachan, looks like I got my quirk. How about I test it out? He would say before in the blink of an eye, his fist would collide with Bakugo's nose, pile driving him into the dirt. Anyway, time skip. Inko would have learned what happened and taken Deku to the Quirk Doctor. Here's what the Quirk Doctor would say. While it appears like the quirk of young Midoriya Izuku, the best way I can describe it is weaponized cancer. Inko would look at him, blink before asking, what? You see, as the cells in Izuku have changed to the point where he has increased strength, speed, durability, and the capabilities of regenerating from damn near any fatal wound. The only drawback is intense UV light, aka the sun, is very damaging to his body because of the instability of his cells. So if someone were to, I don't know, create a specialized sword that absorbs the UV radiation from the sun and were to decapitate your son would die a very slow and painful death, unless he would be able to reattach his head onto his body. But otherwise, he's practically unkillable. Ah, I can see where the weaponized cancer would come from. Yes! Now get the fuck out! Well, that's not... Get out! Now! Inko and Izuku would be chased out of the room before the doctor, before slamming the door, would say, also, quick note, he needs to eat human flesh in order to survive. And then said doctor would slam the door. Mom, why did he chase us out? Be the one thing akaza Izuku would ask. One thing Deku would ask. I don't know, hon. Anyway, so Deku would begin raiding the local morgue to keep himself alive. And he would notice with every full meal, he would get stronger. And so thus he would spend his days learning damn near every martial art. He also discovered something new about his quirk. Give me a moment. Okay, let us continue. So then, upon him making a unique stance, his power will increase by the amount of fighting spirit whoever he's fighting with. And also a very unique snowflake shape will appear on the ground. I can't describe it, but for some reason Pinterest doesn't want to work properly. So, yeah. If you're seeing this video, you've probably seen his blood demon art. Okay. We cut to when he's 12. His mother would have fallen terminally ill, and his father would be too much of a stingy bastard to, bother paying for her medical bills. So, he would of course be Deku's first kill. I emphasize the word first here. Here's how it would happen. So then, yeah. Deku's abusive piece of shit of a father would be, hitting Inko, blaming her somehow for contracting the terminally ill disease, and also stating that Deku is not his. This is when he would break his bottle and end up shanking her, stabbing her through the stomach. This would... You know what? Fuck it. She's also pregnant. Yeah, you know what? Fuck it, she's also pregnant. This makes this so much worse. Stating that the baby inside is not his. Stabbing her through the she's like 9 months pregnant, and she would have gone into labor in, let's say, a day. This would piss Deku off before he would impale his father with his fist, killing him. Inko would look at Deku with a sad expression on her face before saying, he missed, you know. Yeah, the baby's fine. The baby's alive and fine. Like, the baby somehow avoided the shank. She would give Izuku her final farewells, saying that she'll always be with him and that she hopes that him and his little sister, yes, it's a girl, could live on, without her. She also says that she'll always be with him. And that's when she will pass. Izuku taking the alive but quite upset baby, picking her up before saying, I will protect you with every ounce of my being. And, well, time skip, 4 years. Izuku's now 16, and his little sister, who he knew the name of because Inko told him. I'm just gonna go with the cliche of Izumi, who had recently shown her quirk. It would be imagine Daki. No. No, imagine Nakime's abilities. She can strum on a stringed instrument to open a space, to open a rift in space known as the Infinity Castle. Yeah. So her entire ability is the Infinity Castle. She also shares the regenerative capabilities of Izuku, the diet, and also the whole, not being able to go out in the sun thing. Her and Izuku would be walking throughout the dimly lit streets, her asking Izuku, "But big brother, where are we going?" Oh, yes. We're just looking for someone, strong. Preferably, so we can eat. Do we have to eat people? Yes, unfortunately, yes. I mostly prefer eating strong people, so that way I can be strong. And that way I can look after you. He would say, bending down, patting. You know what? Nakame. Yeah, that's just her name. She is flat out Nakame from the Infinity Castle, just with the 2 eyes. Yeah, she's basically just 2-eyed Nakame. She even has the black hair. He would pat her on the head before they would hear, a hero misusing his abilities and physically assaulting a woman. Izuku would smile before saying, sex offenders are always my favorites, especially when they're strong. It's not like he enjoys it. He enjoys killing and eating sex offenders, okay? Yeah. He's developed the mentality of akaza, Women are just perfect members of society that should be protected and loved at all costs. Thank you, asshole Hasashi. Yeah. His mother was kind. His sister is wonderful. He's just akaza. Yeah, I'll go with this. No, this. Yeah. He would take off the cloak he was wearing, revealing this body. As he would get into his blood demon art stance, this shape would appear on the ground, as Zuko would say, "You're going to make an excellent meal, you know that, right?" As before, the hero, who's like in the top 30 heroes in Japan, could react, he would feel as his head had been severed from his body. If only he had an accomplice. That means we still have to go find one for little Nakime. Shame. Anyway, are you okay, miss? The lady would back up into a corner before saying, "Please don't hurt me. I have nothing of value. Relax. I don't hurt women. I don't fight women. I don't touch women unless they let me to." Really? Yes. I am a massive fan of women as a whole, so don't worry. I won't do anything to you. Oh, okay. So then, may I ask your name, madame? Yeah, I'm Fi- anytime. Fiyomi Todoroki. Fiyomi Todoroki. Ah, of course, Miss Todoroki. What are you doing out at such a late hour? What are you doing out at such a late hour? Oh, yes, this is the only time me and my sister over there can go out. The sun turns us into dust. Like vampires? Yes, like vampires. And you eat people like vampires. Yes. Can you regenerate like vampires? Yes. Holy shit, you're a vampire! No, but we're not vampires. Uh, okay. The reason I'm out is because my father, you know, is a bit kooky. So I can only really leave the house at night, to just get some fresh air. Ah, we're one and the same then. Mine was quite abusive as well. Really? Yes. Until I killed him. What? What? He came at my mother with a broken glass bottle. What was I supposed to do? Fair enough. So then, have you been harassed by anyone else, perchance? I still need to secure a meal for my little sister. Deku would look back before noticing that the body is gone and Nakime has blood covering her mouth. Never mind, I need to secure a meal for myself. Yeah, there was this one guy who, threatened me with a chain. He, he's the reason I was in the alley. he should be coming back any moment. Oh, so it was a joint effort. How wonderful. Well, not wonderful for you, but more wonderful for me. I get to eat tonight. Why do you and your sister eat people? Oh, it's our quirks. Forces us into this situation. At least they come with some good benefits. A man with a chain, well, a telekinetically controlled chain, would come out of the alley before saying, "Hey, who are you? And where's Fred? And what you doing with her?" The man would throw the chain at Deku, and it would go through his head. Deku would grab the chain. It still being in his head, Fuyumi freaking the fuck out before Deku would make a massive grin. I barely could react to that. I see you're going to be fun. He would say before taking up a stance, "Killer compass needle. Give me a moment. I'm going to rip your heart out," he would say before disappearing and almost taking off the man's arm with a punch. "Oh, you have one hell of a fighting spirit in you, don't you?" The man would jump back before utilizing his chain to slash off one of Deku's legs, it quickly regenerating, and him closing the distance, ripping his heart out, like punching through and grabbing the heart. Shame you're just too slow for me. He would begin the consumption of his meal, whilst Fuyumi would say, "I don't know if I should feel thankful or scared." Well, she would think to herself that she would walk up to him and say, "Thank you for saving me." Deku, like halfway done with the man already, would say, "No problem. It's my job to save beautiful women like you." Fuyumi would blush before asking, "You think I'm beautiful?" Deku would nod before saying, "Look, if I'm being honest here, you're probably on the more attractive end of most women I meet. Not to say all women aren't beautiful, they are, but you're on the higher end of the spectrum." Fuyumi would turn red before thinking to herself, "Okay, no one except for my mother has ever called me beautiful." Fuyumi would stutter. Deku would frown and say, "Oh, it's that bad, isn't it? Is it? What do you mean it's that bad?" "The abuse. Your reaction at me just calling you beautiful, which you are, shows me that your father's a real piece of work." "Want me to deal with him?" No, he's the number 2 hero. What could you do?" "Depends on how much fighting spirit he has. Knowing him, he would probably run away, tail tucked between his legs, at the mere sight of someone who is slightly stronger than him." Fuyumi would say, disgusted at her own father. "Oh, well, that's not good. Not good at all. I guess I'm gonna have to keep on training then." "Training?" "Yeah. I personally love the idea of getting stronger, so I can protect beautiful dames like yourself." Fuyumi would turn red again. "Anyway, yes. And, well, eating whole humans is a pretty fast way of doing it, along with, well, working on these puppies," you would say, flexing his muscles before Fuyumi would realize that he's shirtless. In this little jacket and wearing shorts. She would look him up and down before turning tomato red. I didn't notice you were shirtless. Yeah, no one should be ashamed of their muscles. In fact, I think, in, you know, more men should go around shirtless. That would just be Fiyumi's reaction. Nakime would just look at them before saying to herself, "Yep, those two are getting married. I hope I get to be the flower girl." She would then look at the distance before realizing the sun was coming up. She would walk up to her brother before tugging on his, jacket. "Brother, the sun's coming up." "Oh, yes. Wait, I don't know how to contact you. Want to meet at the park down the road?" Not. Fumi would be kicking herself inside for being that straightforward. "Yeah, how does 8 sound?" Yeah, that's the time I usually sneak out anyway. Hope to see you there." "Same here, Fiyumi." Okay. Fiyumi would turn red at that before she would ask, Wait, I don't know your name." "Oh yes, I'm Izuku Midoriya, but my friends call me Akaza." "Why do they call you Akaza?" "I don't know, I just like the ring to it." Okay, Akaza. Hope to see you there." "Same here." Nakime would take out her own little biwa and strum it before the two of them would disappear into the Infinity Castle. Huh, so that's her quirk. Fumi would say, nearly falling over, "Oh, Fumi, you just met the man of your dreams, don't fuck things up." She would just silently say that to herself before realizing, "Oh shit, it's morning!" And she would quickly make a run for it, to get back home before anyone notices. Time skip, a few weeks. Fiyumi and Deku have been meeting up routinely, with Fumi each time developing more and more of a crush on him. He's just so blunt and straightforward. He is not subtle about anything. Now then, on one of Deku's many hunts, but this one's alone, without Nakime. Nakime, him and Nakime can still hear each other. It's weird. It's almost as if they're connected through their blood. He would end up encountering a guy with green and yellow hair and a set of sunglasses. Well, not sunglasses, but regular glasses. He would just look him over before getting ready to walk away before the guy would say, "Would you happen to be the man who's been killing heroes recently? Specifically strong ones. Because I'll have you know, I'm pretty strong myself." Deku would stop in his tracks before asking, "You are? Really? You're strong?" The man would nod. "Yes, I am Sir Night-Eye. What might your name be?" "Well, my friends call me Akaza, but you can call me Izuku Midoriya." "Wait, you're that... Oh, I just got duped, didn't I?" "Yes, Sir Night-Eye, you're not strong whatsoever. Your entire shtick is you can see in the future. At least you'll make a half-decent meal for Nakime." Sir Night-Eye would smile before saying, I'm not the strong one here. Get him, Rumi! A rabbit girl would jump out of the trash cans nearby before getting Deku in a headlock with her legs. She would say, most men would kill for this. You sure are one lucky criminal. Deku would look at her before saying, You sneaky bastards. Really, using a woman to get me? Oh, you. Ooh. He would quickly grab at his head before ripping it off and throwing it away, and then turn tail and running as his head's regenerating. He would end up actually turning around as, Mariko's chasing him, activating his blood demon heart, and then running away faster. Oh, he is... Wait, Rumi, that's enough. We got what we needed. You think? A trash can would come flying by and, a trash can lid would come flying by, decapitating Sir Night-Eye, and then it would bounce off a wall, hitting Rumi in the head, causing her to forget what Deku looked like. I'm gonna have to... You know what, for that one, I'm gonna leave my arm out in the sun for a day. Poor women. Poor female. You would end up finding, like, a top 60 hero and just eat him. You would quickly run back to Sir Night-Eye's corpse, tell Nakime, hey, I got you the dead body. They would dip. He would disappear with Sir Night-Eye's dead body. And Sir Night-Eye would become a delicious snack for Nakime. Anyway, the death of Sir Night-Eye would be a very big hit to the heroes of UA, especially All Might. And also the fact that Rumi can't seem to remember what happened in the last 4 hours of her going out on the stakeout with Sir Night-Eye, meaning that they have no way of knowing what happened, because, remember, they were in a back alley. There's no security camera footage. Anyway, so, yeah. I hope you all enjoyed. I know I did. Goodbye, my lovely, lovely audience, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye. Oh.